Hello everyone, this is Dr. Wilson Jetty, Department of English in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. I'm going to discuss some informal letter writing aspects today. Writing a letter is a skill, and some people, they write letters very effectively. Whatever the letter, whether it is formal or informal. But some people, they write very systematically. They follow the format of the letter, right punctuation, and everything is done very systematic manner. And many people, they won't write letters effectively. And simply they forget that it is a skill. So, writing a letter is a skill, and also the letter itself speaks what actually the writer wants to convey. And the reader has to feel as though he is listening something from the speaker or from the writer. So, writing, it is a very important task, particularly in academics. I emphasized about writing in my previous videos. These younger graduates, they have to work a lot, particularly in this writing area. So there are many writing aspects: email writing, letter writing, and documentation writings. There are many styles of writings. So this younger graduate, he or she has to be perfect in this particular area. So today, I'd like to share some of views regarding informal letter writing. There are two types of letters, formal and informal. And formal letters usually are written to principal, higher officials. But whereas informal letters are written to friends, family members, neighbors, close acquaintances. This is a small difference between informal and formal. So, my prime aim of taking this topic is, I want to make my students to be good at writing a letter. Besides, they have to follow the format of the letter, proper format of the letter. And how an informal language and how an informal language is used in informal letter. Formal language and informal language. Formal language, it is controlled language, because we have to be focused on particular point. If you are writing to a letter to the principal or to the dean or the collector of the district, so that language, and it is to the point. But whereas informal letter, it's different. So we can communicate informal language, and we can exaggerate the things, and we can convey wishes, and there are many issues involved in informal language. For that reason, I take this subject today, writing an informal letter. What is an informal letter? It is a friendly letter. Usually, these kind of letters are written to friends or relatives. It is, personal manner. How do we talk with a friend? There is a lot of difference. If we talk to our friends, the language we use is different to when we talk to higher officials. There, the body language, and the vocabulary we use is different to what we talk to our friends. So that is informal letter. So I already told you the difference between formal and informal letter. Formal, it is letters for business purpose or professional purposes. It is completely the letters to relatives and close friends, using with required casual or emotional tone. So that is the difference. So, first of all, my dear friends, you should understand the format of the letter. Format is very important. That is a skill. Many students, they won't follow the format. They dump some information and they think that they are very good at writing the letters. So every letter has a format. If you are writing an email, there is a format. If you are writing a formal letter, there is a format. If you are writing an informal letter, there is a format. So what is the format? And also we should keep in our mind that we are following effectively or not. So format will show what the capability of the writer. So if you follow that format, it will represent your abilities, your skills. So that I urge all my students, you have to write very effective manner. Effective manner. So you have to convey the message very effectively using informal language. And the reader, if he is your friend or if he is your father, if she is mother, they have to feel as though they are listening something from you. So we have to maintain that kind of tone. That is the language we have to use. See, when we meet our friend after 2 years or 3 years, how do we wish? And what kind of questions we ask? And we are very eager to know what that person is doing and what job he is doing and where he is staying at present and what about his parents and siblings. We talk many things. So, your language should be like that when you are writing an informal letter. That is, these are the very small tips how to write effective and attractive informal letters. It's a very small tips. So, when you are writing informal letter, first what you have to do, address. You have to write the address. What is the purpose of writing an address? The reader will come to know where that letter is written and immediately he will understand who that letter is written, from where that letter is written. So you have to write address on the top of the page, right corner. We have to maintain the address. And the address should be very accurate and complete. Okay, based on the address, the reader, he will reply. So, address plays a crucial role. If that address is missing, that reader may be in confusion. Who has written that letter? And from where that letter is written? So, these are all confusions. In order to avoid confusions, in order to give clarity, this is very important, maintaining address on the top of the right corner of the page. So when you are writing to close friends or relatives The address must be written. So see this one. Where do we write? See this one. That is the format. At the top of the right corner of the page, plot number 60, Modern Enclave, New Boyanpalli, Secunderabad, living. The reader will understand, oh, this letter is written from Hyderabad or Secunderabad, and my friend has been staying in New Boyanpalli. So he will understand who has written this letter. This is the format of address. Everybody should write that kind of address pattern when they are writing informal letters. See, next one is you have to write the date. Just below the address, you have to write the date. Why do we use the date? This allows the reader to have a reference as to when the informal letter was written. That is the main purpose of writing the date. So, sometimes, there are many situations, particularly postal system. Some letters are delivered after 6 months. Some letters are delivered after 1 year. Because of some technical problems. Okay? So, the reader will understand when that letter is written. Based on that, he will reply. Okay? Date. See, where do I date? Just below, give one tab. After that, date. And moreover, one more thing I want to mention here, that you can use comma, plot number 60, comma, Modern Enclave, comma. So you can use punctuation, or nowadays punctuation is not used in all the letters. For that reason, I won't give any punctuation marks. See this one, plot number 60, Modern Enclave, New Boyanpalli, Secunderabad. Just below the address, 25th April 2020. That's the date on this letter. This is a format. You see, you should write the address and date in that manner. So then the letter will be very clear, and you are following the format. That's the purpose of writing these two aspects. One is address and another one is date. And next one is greeting or salutation. So now, since you know the person you are writing to, greeting is a very formal thing. For example, if you are writing to your father, dear dad, dear father, or my dear father, my dearest father. This is salutation, this greeting will tell the relationship between the writer and the reader. If he is writing, dear father, or dear Madhu, my dear Madhu, my dearest Madhu. Dear Madhu, the degree of that relation will show very less. My dear Alex, or my dear Madhu, or my dearest Madhu, it shows high degree of that relation. So you can use, based on the relationship between the writer and the reader, you can choose your greeting. You can write your greeting. But greeting is very essential. It is a friend, someone close to you, to your age, you can greet them by their first name. How do we? Dear mother, dear Alex. You are writing to your relative like your mother, father, aunt, uncle. You may greet them such as, for example, dear mom, dear father, dear brother, dear sister. Okay, you can use my dear mom, my dearest mom, you can. Also, if you are writing to an elder person, someone respect greatly, you can address them, Mr. or Mrs. If you are writing an elder person. Mr. or Mrs. Mr. It is a respectable word in English. So we have to use Mr. either if it is male, if he is a man, we can use Mr. See, you can observe in American politicians, or you can see these CEOs of big companies, MNC companies. Yes, the CEO is addressed Mr. Nadendla, Mr. Pichai, Mr. Trump. So this is the way of addressing Mr. Mr. is a very respectable word in English. So you can use, if you are writing a letter to an elder person, you can use Mr. or Mrs. So this is greeting. See, how do we write greeting? Just below the date, left corner of the page, have to write greeting. Dear Bhargav. My dear Bhargav. We can say, my dearest Bhargav. We can use that. But greeting tells the intensity or the degree of that relationship. For that reason, we write this greeting. And the next one is introductory paragraph. As we are talking about informal letter, introductory paragraph. So first we have to wish them, and we convey our best wishes, and we'll ask what they are doing, how they are doing. Okay, these are the very introductory paragraph. So in a formal letter, we don't have this kind of facility. But when you are writing informal letter, you can. And also, the tone you maintain is very important. Very cordial tone, very friendly tone. So when you are writing informal letter, you have to maintain such tone. Understand? And also, opening of informal letter should be casual and comforting. Very casual language. Hi, mother. My dear mother. And don't write to question, how are you? Don't begin the letter with how are you? Where are you? What are you doing? Just write, hope you are doing well. Hope you are doing well. Just start that. Next, I think you are busy preparing for your SEM examinations. Yes, that's fine, good. I'm also working hard to get good percentage in this final semester. This is introductory paragraph. And the body of the letter will be there. What is the body of the letter? Content, what actually you want to convey to the friend. That is the content. Opening of informal letter should be casual and comforting. Formal and direct, usually very casual. It must not be formal or direct. Okay, that is different. If you are using very formal mannerism, particularly in writing, when you are writing informal letter, no, it is not acceptable. So, you have to write introductory paragraph. How do we write introductory paragraph? I'm thankful for your previous letter. It was great to hear from you after so many months. It seems that you have a wonderful time in France. See, this is a very small introduction. Very small introduction. So, you have to write all the time. I suggest you have to maintain introduction paragraph. Don't write directly. Don't start directly. After writing introductory paragraph, then you start your content. Okay, that body of the letter will be there. You have to maintain your message, what actually you want to convey. That is introductory paragraph. Next one is body of the letter. Okay, the body of the letter all should maintain friendly tone. Already we discussed. Okay, we have to adjust language and wording according to who the letter is written. If you are very close friend, there are very close friends are the best friends. Okay, you have to use such a language. The language we use very informally. If you sit at a coffee day shop and if you talk each other, the same language you can use in. If the letter is to an elder relative, it must be extremely careful, respectful, considerate. The way to determine the tonality of the letter is like a friendly conversation. As though you are making a friendly conversation while you are writing the letter, you have to, the reader has to feel that you are conveying the message very informal way. And these are the issues we have to maintain body of the letter. See, I see this simple body of the letter. Absolutely love that snap of your stand in front of the Eiffel Tower. France looks very. I would definitely like to go there. And that is body. Now we are just. This is a kind of Thanksgiving letter. Okay, somebody sends some photographs, and now it is a Thanksgiving letter. Okay. Not much happening here. I'm busy with my work. By the way, let me know when you come to India and we can meet. See? That is the conclusion. First one is introduction and Thanksgiving, and next one is conclusion. Very simple. There is no any grammatical mistake, any formal word or formal kind of sentence. Very casual tone, and see you soon. See you soon. Okay, next, see this one. Conclusion. Conclusion, you have to. Conclusion paragraph sum up the reason of writing letter. Okay, say a meaningful and affectionate goodbye to the reader. Meaningful and affectionate. Do not forget to invite the reader to write back or reply to the letter. Okay? Shows an intention to keep the conversation going on. So, the conclusion should be like this. This is a complete letter. What is that leave taking? See this one, leave taking? Your loving. Not your loving friend, yours loving friend. Okay, that is. See, if you follow this kind of a pattern, you will gain the marks. Because you maintained well. You maintain the format, you maintain the tone, you maintain the informal sentences, and you maintain the introduction part, you maintain body and conclusion. And address, date, greeting, and leave taking. Everything is there. Leave taking. So, this is the way to write an informal letter in order to get good marks in your examinations. See, next one is the signature. There is no one way to sign off for informal letters. Okay? But it is, you can use a lot of, leave takings. Best wishes. And lots of love. There are many. Okay? Very casual phrases, you can use this. Okay, fine. This is complete letter. Most loving friend. Signature usually won't write. Student is not allowed to write his name. Okay, there we have to put X marks into marks. That's enough. This is complete letter. This is informal letter writing. Okay? Tips for writing informal letter. What are the issues a student has to follow? Make sure you double check for grammatical accuracy and spellings. My dear friends, after writing your letter, you have to check thoroughly whether the sentences are proper or not, whether you maintain proper vocabulary or not. So you have to check thoroughly once or twice. First, grammatical accuracy and spellings. And you have to use adequate number of lines between the paragraphs. Okay? Then it will be good. Okay? And underlying the main points is very important. You can use pencil with a scale, you can underline main points. What are the content points? Okay? And use a pencil and scale to underline. And these are the minor tips usually students has to follow. Okay? Students have to follow. Yeah. See this one. What kind of letters usually we write for informal letters? Inviting a friend for your sister's marriage, or conveying your success to your friends, and conveying best wishes to your friends, and congratulating your friends. And there are many issues involved. So, these kind of letters usually students will address, particularly when they are writing the exams. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.